Welcome to part 11 of Sailor Moon, Another Story. And in this episode, we're going to start the beginning of the end of Chapter 2 as we play as Venus, last but not least. Not only is she my favorite Sailor Soldier, but she seems to be the game's favorite soldier because instead of just dropping her into plot, or a battle in the case of Mars, she's dropped onto treasure. We just got a bath medicine and a cologne. And not just that, we only need one other thing to happen. The Histo be dropped on our laps. As a matter of fact, that actually happens right now. It's right there. We could just grab it and go. Wow, that was a chapter. Yeah. How about that chapter 3? But wait. No. Things never are that easy. So let's just grab the treasure chest here and be on our merry way. And by merry way, I mean the most unceremonious way. We got a Sariel flower, which will replenish 4 EP if you happen to use it. And of course, Sailor Venus's attacks are equally, well, actually not as expensive as Sailor Jupiter's, but they do cost between 3 and 4 EP. Anyway, I also got a topaz bracelet, which, of course, she certainly needed. Now I'm gonna put her into the arrow formation, even though she's by herself, so that she'll actually do some damage. I mean, it may not be a smart move, but hell, at this point in time, I definitely would need to have her to do some powered attacks, so I won't have to worry about going through with what I did the last 3 parts of this chapter and fighting monsters that I can only 3-shot actually. And speaking of shot, we shot straight down the hole into a village. Now, see, another thing I want to make clear is the fact that I thought that Sailor Mars was in Nepal while Sailor Venus is in Tibet. Actually, it's the other way around, and that's my apology. Anyway, even though we fell down a hole, we find ourselves into a village. And what type of village is it? Well, you never know what type of village you're going to run into, because the last 3 villages had their own problems. This one, however, has never seen a girl in their entire lives. No, I kid you not. Venus is the first girl that has ever visited their village in over 1,000 years. It's a village full of men. Men so, infatuated with Venus, we got a free Sariel flower. And here's the thing. Minako spends most of Sailor Moon a boy-crazy idol chaser. When she's the one that's being chased, it's rather embarrassing. Okay, you don't know how bad her idol chasing is. It's so bad, or at least her boy chasing actually. It's so bad that she actually 2-timed on the villains in Sailor Moon Super S, Hawk's Eye and Tiger's Eye, because she lied about her age to Hawk's Eye, and she got smitten with Tiger's Eye because he had the bad boy persona on. That's how ridiculous her boy craziness is. But then again, Minako's always been mischievous. But she has a good side to her. I just want to point that out. She does have a good side to her. But also, there are some times that Minako has done some crazy things. And by crazy, I mean she literally did nice and kind-hearted things to people. Oh, by the way, I have 2 puzzle pieces left. Just wanted to show that off to everybody to tell you that I wasn't lying. I still may have to find a way to get to Switzerland to get the last one, but that's the point. But I was going to say this. While Sailor Venus is trying to hide off from the oncoming onslaught of boys. But as I was saying, that she at one time did good deeds for people just so she could be recognized as a holder of her pure heart crystal. And when Eugil shot it out of her, she grabbed it and ran, laughing her ass off, while holding her pure heart crystal at least 5 or 6 miles. That is ridiculous. And speaking of ridiculous, she thought that she could hide from somebody in their own bed. Sailor Venus is freaking hilarious. And of course, this guy falls completely in love with Sailor Venus. Yep. So it's basically everyone in the village is just infatuated with Sailor Venus. And I'm gonna have to warn you all right now, this part will totally just wig out in the lag department in the second half of this video, and I apologize for it. That's the recording software's problem. Yeah, that's what happens when I screen record. But anyway, since past life actually came to this village before, she is honored as a goddess. Of course Venus is blushing. Anyway, Artemis is her feline sidekick, and he always says something flippant out the mouth. By the way, Artemis in the Viz dub, voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, when you think of Johnny Young Bosch, you think of Ichigo, Yu Narukami, and now Artemis. Oh, and you also think of Kun-jin, but I want to forget about him. Anyway, the only reason why I'm searching through this house is because there is one last puzzle piece around this village, but it's not in that house. I'm just trying to remember where the hell it is. Because once I find it, I'm going to, go and talk to this temple. It's around here somewhere. But also make sure you check other things in the scenery, because you never know what you find. I mean, Sailor Jupiter found a premium ticket in the last episode. So it's best to take a look around all the scenery. Yeah, everybody's talking about being bound by fate. Yeah, that is freaking scary. Oh, and by the way, word of warning, if you do actually proceed to that party, make sure you buy everything you need before you leave. Yeah, I'm gonna need another bracelet. But, also, you might want to buy a bento, or a medic, or bath medics if you don't have any. So I'm going to go on ahead and equip this bracelet to Sailor Venus. So Sailor Venus will be strong enough to withstand the enemies here. Now then, let us go back and buy a few more accessories for Sailor Chibi-Moo, who we will be playing in part 13. But not part 12, because we're going to be here. This is again a two-parter. However, this one's a little bit shorter than the last three. The only reason why it's a little bit longer is because I'm trying to find out where this stupid puzzle piece is. And I do believe it's right... No, it's not here. Christ. No, it's here. There it is. We got the puzzle piece. Let's roll on out. Oh, and by the way, there's one other thing I almost forgot to mention as we go to the temple. Let me show you something first before I mention that. No, not that. We'll worry about that later. But right now, this is the... Yeah, we only got one puzzle piece left, and it's in Switzerland. Chances are we might be able to go back to Switzerland. Chances are we might not. But I will say this, though. It's going to really suck for this particular stage. And this is probably one of the reasons why I am not too fond of this stage. I didn't tell you this because, well, it just dawned on me about the stage. You see, this portion of the stage, you have to literally talk to every villager in the village in order to proceed with plot. Well, we're gonna go to the temple, and they're gonna confirm this. So again, make sure you talk to every villager. I'm not just dawdling around. Well, I was at first, but I'm not just dawdling around. They will tell you to talk to the villagers before we actually continue. And yes, you mean you'll talk to every villager, and there is always going to be that one person you will miss out of frustration. As a matter of fact, he is right at the exit going out to the village of Sariel. So yeah, now that we talked to them, Artemis will confirm that we've talked to every last villager in the village. It is rather annoying, and I didn't want to just put that on everybody. And now, all of a sudden, my capture card is really just... It's just dropping frame rates badly. Now then, Sailor Venus finds herself into a party where they literally are spinning round and round. Yeah, and she's trying to find a way to leave, but unfortunately, she's surrounded by a bunch of 40 men. It's kind of hard for her to leave. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure, also while I'm going around in circles myself, to see that I have control, and not to mention that it stopped lagging. And it's still lagging. Yep, this is the worst time for it to do that. Meanwhile, those guys will spend the rest of their lives spinning right around. Yeah, that's right. You spin me right around. I'm not gonna sing the song. I'm gonna stop. Anyway, Plot actually is up the stairs. And by Plot, I mean a complete and utter dumbass. We've already fought through 3 out of the 5 Opposito scouts. We haven't even shown off the 4th one. And this is Ishtar. Ishtar is, again, stupid as fuck. No. Venus may act dissy, but Ishtar is a ditz. She is so fucking stupid, it's beyond imagination. Oh, and just so you know, we're about to get into a boss battle. So yeah, brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. But don't worry, this boss battle is pathetically easy. At least it'll be enough to gain you some experience points. Let's see. Let's use Venus Crimson Beam Shower. And they're dead. Dead? No, they've been wrecked. Oh, and Venus gained a level. Nice. Of course, Ishtar just cast us up the feet. And the bonehead literally moves the statues. And by doing so, Kunzite's statue turns everyone but Ishtar to stone. Wow. Well, Ishtar really is stupid because she turned the person who happened to have Kunzite's He Stone to stone. God forbid if Ishtar was stupid enough to knock down Venus out of spite. She would never have it then. But at the same time, she would have killed off Venus. Yeah, Artemis had to literally pretend to be stone in order to actually hide her attention. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do here, because all of Ria's village, has been turned to stone. Wow, this is terrible. Hold on, lagging badly. Anyway, it's kind of sad that they did that, man. And also, this is the reason why it's best you buy from the shop while you still can. Because if you won't, or won't be able to... Okay, let me try this again. Because if you don't, you won't be able to, because the innkeeper will also be turned to stone. However, due to the fact you've been turned to stone, Plot actually will allow you to leave this village and go straight to Sariel village to try to find a cure for all of the villagers that's been turned to stone. You know what that means? Battling! Oh boy! Yeah. Unlike with the others, Sailor Venus may not get as much experience as the others due to the type of monsters. You'll see. But for right now, we're going to get out of this place. And as soon as we do, we end up in a battle. With, oh god, I missed the name, but it doesn't matter, she's dead. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to show that off, by the way. And yes, it exploded. Yes, the Venus Love Me chain explodes things. Awesome. So, what do we got here? Oh, I went too fast again. Yep. Get used to it, folks. I'm going to be shredding people left and right with Venus Crescent Beam Shower. Don't worry, I'll show off all of Venus's attacks. So we've got G-Work. Okay. And she uses Toxic Mist. Oh, that's not good. But that's okay. She's been killed and I went up a level. Hooray! Let's see. The other one is just a physical attacker, I guess. But now that I went up 2 levels, now I'm going to be faster at attack. Oh boy. I know you guys don't want to see random encounters, but hey, Sailor Venus is now powerful enough to nuke every last one of these guys. And, well, needless to say, they only last a few seconds. See? Well, without lag, that is. God damn it! Again, I warned you guys, the second half of this part literally drops frames. It's ridiculous. Hey, I went up another level. So I'm at level 9. I was about to say... yeah, I am level 9. Never mind. But I am going the wrong way, however. We don't have to go that way just yet, but I am just curious to see what's over there. And there is a palace of pure evil, which we won't be able to go into just yet. So let's leave this place for now. Now then. Oh, crap. Yeah, this is the whole part, ladies and gentlemen. Us trying to make the trip over to Sario Village. And dead. Alright. Can we not have a random encounter after random encounter? Please? And they're dead. It doesn't matter because we're at Sario Village now. Now, where we need to go is we need to actually talk to one of the village elders. But for right now, we need to go and save. But yes, this is the women-only version, the women-only village of Sario. Why did I say version? So, if there was anything we needed to buy, it would be here. But for right now... Wait, how much is a Sario flower? 500? That works. I could certainly use a couple of those. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to an inn. And if there's nothing else here in this village, I'm going to call it a game. And in the next part, we are going to end Chapter 2. For real. Well, let's see if I can find the inn first. No, seriously, go to the inn, you idiot. We'll meet the ancestor Verna in in part 12, sorry. So again, I'll see you guys in part 12, when we finally end